Wang Chuqin, of course, who's only recently become world number one. Amazing record. We'll come back to that here. Ma Long here is 35 now. He is, of course, a former world number one, currently fourth in the world. He held that number one spot for the longest time. 64 months. 34 consecutive months, and that is a record, by the way. Wang Chuqin is 23 years. He's only held them for about 35 days so far. And the world number one, the 23-year-old, left-hander as well. Things to note. He has taken over that spot from Fan Dong recently. Ma Long has won everything there is to win in table tennis, except, would argue, the Smashers. Those are the brand new tournaments that have come up, events in the last couple of years. Zhang Chuai is in charge of this one. He's a former world champion, a former World Cup winner. He's a current Olympic champion.
Very interesting thing between these two players, Chaz, was you know, Wang says that everything that he learned originally, he learned from Ma Long, and you know, he says even if he's the player that he is today is partly because of him, and Ma Long is one of his role models, but not his fourth idol. This is the shocker, right? His fourth idol is Ronnie the Rocket O'Sullivan, 7-time world snooker champion. You would never thought about it, and then, you know, and he says the reason is because he loves watching snooker, and he finds that the characteristics that Ronnie has and the kind of player that he is very much like him. But according to him, Ma Long is a very different player. He says Ma Long is forgiving, he's kind, he's a really nice guy, extremely shy, and well, to play against his one of his role models and his second biggest sporting idol is quite something, and to have beaten him so many times.
Got a really goatee going on today, Ma Long. Not to shave his chin. That
goes with the title.
Exactly. Well, Wang Chuqin, for his part, in terms of singles, he's finished second at the World Champs in 2023. He's won the WTT finals twice in 22 and 23. He's come third in 21. He's won the Asian Games gold. He did the clean sweep there, in fact, last year. And he's a former youth Olympic champion as well in 2018. So he's not quite got the accolades of Ma Long. I don't think many people will ever quite get to that stage. 49 senior titles to his name. But yeah, going back to the head-to-head, Glenn, I mean, it is overwhelmingly in favor of Wang Chuqin. He's won 8 out of their 10 meetings, including the last 6. They most recently met in the star contender Lanzhou towards the end of last year. In the final, Wang Chuqin won 4-2. They met 3 times last year. Wang Chuqin won the other 2 at the World Champs in semi-finals, 4-1 very comfortably, and at the Champions Macau right here at the Galaxy Arena, 4-0.
Well, got up to a great start here though, Shaz, Wang Chuqin. Finally, of course, Ma Long just clawing one back, but just noticed in recent times the Ma Long just takes a little bit of time to settle down, to get into the game, and I do hope, of course, that is the case here too. On the other hand, Wang, who's taken the longest period of time to slowly get into the game, then win one, lose one in this last few, except yesterday. In the quarterfinals, he was sublime. But today, he's come out fully loaded. It's an interesting way that he started here. He currently leads by 2 points. But what a matchup. Probably the greatest against the current best in the world. What a matchup.
Yeah, that is a lip-smacking matchup, I agree. Great third ball attack there from Ma Long.
5-2.
Both making some sublime shots already.
He's been trying to avoid those rallies, trying to get that placement right and just finish off each and every point. I think, you know, try to do it on Ma Long's serve as well. Just a bit of nerves there. I don't think it's a bit of nerves, but just taking his time, Malong.
Already with a 4-point lead. Wang Chuqin. Yeah, this guy would be Malong, an inspiration, a mentor, an idol for so many of the Chinese players, so many other players.
Now, to have the stadium split, that's the strangest thing, isn't it?
That's true. That's very true.
And it's definitely the younger ones who, will be cheering for Wang Chuqin. I think Malong will also have to take a good long look at this. Remember, he might not be, around to play more, or he might prove us wrong. But just in case, you pretty much are, in what I'd say, in the sunset of your top career. And it really is left to be seen whether, he can make this count, but he'll want to. He would want to do that. Well, Wang Chuqin still has the road ahead of him, he's, 23?
Yeah, 23.
Just so much of time still. I mean, achieved so much.
Malong just a point behind now. And he's drawn level. And we've talked about how good Wang Chuqin has been. Overall, he's won every match he's played in, barring one of the world champs. The opening game. Otherwise, 22 wins out of 23 coming into this event.
Well, Malong's dominance in the World Championships was something else, wasn't it? Test with that surgery that he had in 2019 on his knee. Yeah. And then came back strong after that as well. It's an interesting battle here. So,
Malong in front now.
Oh, well done.
He was trailing by 4 not too long ago.
Beautifully knocked back.
It was 6-2. And now he's 9-7. So he's won 7 of the last 8 points.
Just a perfect return there.
Could he stunningly now take this first game?
Next. Nice set. 1.
I think that was the height of the ball. It's got to be thrown up 15 centimeters.
9-8.
Well, he normally does toss the ball up a lot, but I did notice that even now. Well, just not as much as he flights it. It was a little less. And the official just watching that closely.
This is impressive. He's taking the timeout now in the first game. Malong, that just shows how key it is for him to win this one. So interesting that Malong opting to take the timeout inside the first game, looking to ensure he wins this, but drops the first point right off the timeout.
Well, needed to settle down. Beautiful serve there as always. That was just not working too well for him. I think he needed to settle down to just rethink what he was going to do to gauge, you know, what Wang Chuqin has been doing right through from the start of this game. But he's such a good player. He too can just change.
9-10.
Opportunity here presents itself for first game win. I think this is going to be important.
Still got a game point here. Malong, beautiful. On the backhand, down the line. He secures that first game.
That's just one of the reasons why he'll always be probably the best in the world. Just an outstanding reply there. How do you
Right
do
on
that?
that corner.
Pinpoint accuracy on that.
Nothing you can do about that. Wang Chuqin. First game goes to Malong in the semi-final. Very decent start here for, let's face it, the underdog in this. Malong, how often has that ever been said about him?
Never thought we'd ever say
Correct.
that.
Feels weird to say that, to be honest, but he's playing a player higher ranked than him in the world number one.
The speed of that. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? It was just so lightning fast even for the camera to catch it. Looks like it sailed above the table and didn't touch it.
Oh, wonderful backhand. Cross court for Malong.
This is probably the finest table tennis that we're looking at through this entire tournament. Two such well-matched talents.
So good to watch. By the way, that first game he took, Malong, is the first one in 7. It's 7 matches that he's won the opening game. The last time he did it, he won the match. If you believe in those sort of omens, then you might be watching an upset here. He did that at the Singapore Smash. He won 12-10 that day. And then he went on to win 3-2. That one was the best of 5. This is an excellent start for Malong.
Well, it is from the net. Just coming to his head as well. He leads by 4 points here. Remember, it's mind over matter and mind over mind as well. Now, both these players mentally very strong, but we know that in the beginning, Malong taking a bit of time, and I really do believe he did take that time to introspect.
Malong only twice in their previous 10 meetings won the opening game. It's quite significant he's done it. And look at the start. Oh, wow.
It's up to 6.
You don't see this Wang Chuqin.
Yeah, Wang Chuqin just a little bit unsettled there.
Yeah. The banana flick in. So Chiquita.
Oh, the lob game.
Far away.
I always, well, we've seen those points converted, but I always believe it's one of the greatest things to annoy another player, especially if you can get it back more than four times.
Couple of points here for Wang Chuqin.
And I think very important one. And this is what happens with such high-level players, isn't it? It's never about being so many points behind. It's never about... It's just so, you know, you can't predict it. Because they can come back and level up soon enough. Well done.
Did some great work down that line there, the parallel. Marlon.
It's absolutely phenomenal play from Marlon. That return. Oh, those reflexes.
Yeah, the reflexes. Exactly right.
Well, let's not forget he's still known to have one of the best chop block in the world. So, you know, his defense and his returns of the cross. That's pretty much just giving it right back.
Yeah, exactly. We are talking about in-form play, as I mentioned. 24 matches won. He was victorious at the Singapore Smash, beating Wang Chuqin. That was his last event that he played in. Wang Chuqin. He's now just 3 points behind. Marlon has not had quite a successful year. 18 matches played across 5 events. He's won 13 matches. And he was last involved at the WTT Champions in Incheon. He lost to Wang Chuqin in that semi-final 4-3. Very tight.
What a play. Wang Chuqin were really covering ground there. Was very much in control of that rally. Absolutely fantastic. Anticipated that beautifully. There it goes, the winner.
Well, it looks like Marlon was on top of it.
Just turned it around.
Did. 2 points in it.
I think Marlon would have just preferred to have kept that nice lead that he had, you know,
Yeah,
won the second game.
Glad he was 6-love up. It's down to 2.
This is what...
Doesn't get it over.
Oh.
Unfazed, Wang Chuqin by the situation he faced.
This is what happens when he starts attacking. Look at that swing of that arm. It's just, you always think that, you know, you've got Pan Dong and Marlon who have these really strong forehands, and you do want to catch them on the forward, you know, top spin with loops. But just look at Wang Chuqin's technique. He's got the whole of the body swing in there, and yeah, just a few trouble times.
That is solid play from Wang Chuqin.
Very commendable from 6-love to 7-all now.
You know what? If Marlon doesn't win the second game and go 2-0 up,
I think he's in trouble.
He'll be kicking himself. He was in such a good position. He's only won one of the last 8 points, Marlon. Wang Chuqin on a roll.
Oh, he certainly is. I think he's just pulling this away from Marlon. So that is fabulous play from him. Well, great selection, great choice of shots from Wang Chuqin.
Nice travel.
Well, it's all going his way now, isn't it? It just tumbles over the net. in favour of Wang Chuqin.
That's all right.
So now it's Ma Long under pressure here.
That was a quick apology.
Mm-hmm.
9-8.
He finally breaks that run of points.
From leading 6-love
Yeah.
to hoping to catch up now.
Exactly.
Well, the tables have turned, pun intended here, as far as well this game is concerned. You know the funny thing is you can't even say that Ma Long let it slip. You just have to say that Wang Chuqin stole it.
Exactly.
9-0.
He's delivering at the right time, though.
Well, needed to come good. Once knocked Wang Chuqin straight.
That came at a real pace at Wang Chuqin into his midriff area. Oh, that's a great shot, isn't it?
It is, it is.
What's that face say?
You didn't just do that.
This now, a little side-eye maybe from Ma Long. That was a fantastic from Wang Chuqin. He now has a game point.
That is sheer aggression, isn't it? He knows he's got to finish this and he wants to execute it, and that's what he does. And that celebration, now that tells you how important it is to him.
Exactly. Saves the game point, Ma Long.
Very interesting thing, you know, we always talk about rankings, and he was asked recently about that. How does it feel to be world #1? He said it doesn't make a difference. For us, it's important to go out there and win games for the country. We represent the country, and that's what we do. He says, you know, if we constantly have to think about our rankings, it would affect our performance. He says, we really just need to go out there and play. And, you know, when we play against each other, it's about competition, about winning. So rankings, he said, is not something the players really are concerned about. Oh, that is fantastic play. Ma Long ruling this now. Well, absolutely phenomenal work being done here by the world #4. And he's caught Wang Chuqin in that position a couple of times over. It's game point for Ma Long. And that's it, as he claims the second game.
He'll be delighted and relieved, Glenn, given the lead he had at 6-love.
Why would you lead at 6-love when you go through the pain of letting your opponent get back to the
So in game 2, Ma Long wins it 12-10. A tight one, but he's 2 up here against Wang Chuqin.
第一组的幸运观众是2位女士类，可以拥抱一下，热情拥抱一下也可以，友情拥抱一下也可以。好，恭喜你们能够获得由无双喜提供的精灵一体各1份。好，我们马上来第2组的幸运观众，4、3、2。 好，2位小姐姐，黄色衣服的跟白色衣服的小姐姐，可以来互相拥抱一下吗？好，恭喜你们能获得由奥佑提供的精灵各1份。好，最后一组的第3组的幸运观众，第3组的，好，好，最后一组，我们下一次再来。
Well, this has been a tremendous start. Now, I told you earlier, that just after that first game, it was only the 3rd time he'd ever taken the first game. Ma Long.
Well, that is terrific. For Malong, just bringing back all those glimpses of the player that we know he is. Well, that's very solid there, Chaz.
Malong has never taken the first two games against Wang Chuqin before. Just saying. If we're looking for little things here.
Oh, that's important, isn't it? I mean, it is a talking point. But just goes to show that Malong too, you know, whether win or lose this, he's come prepared.
Not three.
He knows what could happen.
Yeah,
Having just seen that last game.
Yeah, it's Wang Chuqin looks like he's sitting back on the couch there for a little while, and then suddenly gets up and starts sprinting, and then everything changes. He's done that a couple of times now with love 4 or 4 love, but it was 6 love in the last game, and we saw what happened to that. Nice finish.
He needed that, didn't he? Wang
He certainly
Chuqin.
did. You need to get onto the point trail soon enough. That's another point, and that'll be worth it. We're just talking to you about this, Jez. Wang Chuqin releasing another statement after Fan Dong had done the same, and he was very, very upset. I mean, there are fans and fanatical fans, and he was very upset with some of the fans who were, all the time trailing and stalking most of the players. He apparently turned around and told the fan, don't you have anything better to do? I'm just a normal guy like you. I need my space as well.
Yeah, having seen how they're treated and how they are regarded by fans,
And he's
see why they do that.
apparently a really nice guy, out of the arena. So he said, when I'm playing, I'm an athlete, but when I'm out, I'm just a normal lad. And respect that. I mean, he's great with the fans. He hellos and talks to everybody who speaks to him, even if it's on. But it's just a constant talking to. You've been there, you know what it's like.
Yeah. It's rock stars.
Malong currently leads by 2 points.
Oh, just too wide of Malong. He was sprawled there, wasn't he? Sorry, Wang Chuqin.
Well, that's such a dream shot, isn't it, Chess? Just look at that. Just tipping it next to the net in that angle. Absolutely sublime effort from Malong. 6-3.
Yes. 6-3.
I wonder whether Wang Chuqin might take a timeout soon if Malong gets another point or two.
That is interesting. It would be really interesting.
3-0, perhaps. Could be 3-0, and that's tough. Even for Wang Chuqin. The 3 point.
I think Malong's got to hold on to this 3-point lead, or try and distance it, because every day is not Sunday, and it's not going to you're not going to repeat what happened in the previous game. I do believe we know what Wang Chuqin does, and if he starts getting back, but if he starts getting back into this, and after he's backed himself up, it could be a very different story. So 8-4 currently.
Not taking the timeout yet. Tell you what, he wishes it would be Sunday, Malong, because that would be the World Cup final tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well said.
He really would love that. And he doesn't have Fan Zhendong to face.
Yeah, that's so true.
Oh, both have played slightly awkward shots in the last couple of points.
But I think he's catching up. He's just refocusing.
Again, I'm just wondering, I mean, this is not as big a lead as he had before Ma Long, but he's maintained that lead in the latter part of the game, unlike the previous one. Might he feel, I should be seeing this one through? I don't know.
Well, slowly catching up.
Yeah, the danger. He doesn't have that timeout now. This would have been a time to have used it. All in that last game, but yeah, he used it early. To be fair, it served him well.
Yeah, well, I think it certainly did. I mean, the fact that he, won that game and then went on to win the second one too.
Again, wide of the table. Again, sprawled on the floor there, Wang Chuqin.
You can't play the, returns from Ma Long. Just so much in control of those shots and exactly where he wants to put them. And you got to actually, if you follow some of the players and you look at them, you know where they're putting it. But Ma Long normally does stare at the spot he's going to put that ball in just almost before he does it, while other players do it simultaneously. So it's also a ploy, because sometimes you could look in that direction and send it the other way.
Oh, he's given himself 4 game points here, Ma Long.
I think that backhand in that area has been his winning shot. Got 4 points in this very game from that area.
This is massive, isn't it, Glenn?
Well, it certainly is. Certainly is. I wonder if Ma Long can hold on to take it.
Ma Long has gone by 3. This is incredible.
It's fantastic.
The world number 1 is being outplayed here, Glenn.
It's fantastic work that we're looking at. We thought the first game was survival. We thought the second game was also luck. But by the third game now, it looks like, well, Ma Long is really, really outplaying Wang Chuqin. At least he has done for the last 3 games. So it's interesting to see what happens in the 4th game. Can Wang Chuqin bring on a comeback now? He's living life dangerously, Shaz.
So 3rd game then, Ma Long wins 11-6. He is 3-0 up here against the world number 1, Wang Chuqin. Well, it's highly unusual to see. I told you, Wang Chuqin has had almost a perfect year. And for him to be in this sort of situation, that is very, very unusual.
Well, that's another brilliant winner. It's almost like the roles are reversed here today compared to the last few times these two have met, Chess. It certainly looks like that. I was just thinking about it. You know, the lads that keep all those statistics together for, the world of table tennis, keep all the records in track. And I think today, well, Malong just saying, let's give them something to write about since they haven't touched my page for a while.
Well, you know, talking of statistics, Malong has won 85% of his matches, Wang Chuqin 81. Of course, he's had a much bigger sample pool of Malong. And what you look at in these sort of situations is record against Chinese players. And Wang Chuqin has beaten 53% of his Chinese opponents. Malong 66%. So far better.
Just trying to figure out what exactly must be going on in Wang Chuqin's mind. Now look at that return. He's normally perfect with those returns, especially when he squats, can get them bang on back onto, you know, the table. He's definitely got something going on in his mind.
I mean, he's had 3 decent leads in each of the last 3 games, Malong.
And now Wang Chuqin fighting back.
He doesn't really give himself too much work to do, does he?
No, he doesn't. And I'm just trying to figure out whether this is, well, the start of something here. But as we said, he's still walking a thin line. But he's got to win 4. Malong just needs to win 1 to secure his spot in the finals. And it's not like, I mean, some of those winners being produced by Malong are just unplayable by anybody, but the general work being done there by Wang Chuqin, a bit concerning. So it's 5-2 now. Now look at that. I think this is something that Wang Chuqin will have easily been able to return back.
Yeah, you would say so.
And he's done what you would have rightfully suggested.
Again, I feel in the 4th game where he could go out in straight games, it's a bit late, but let's see.
So we get back to this very, very interesting and what has been a bit of a surprising match for us. We always, of course, we are big fans of both these stars who are there right now, which is a great thing because then you never have to take sides. But what Malong's doing has been terrific. Wang Chuqin taking a time out at the right time, but he's 4 points behind. And Shez, what you said, I totally agree with you. Doing it in the 4th game, I thought he would have actually done it in the previous one, just like you.
Interesting choice there from Wang Chuqin. In the semi-finals of the World Team Championship, Korea playing China in the first match, and Zhang Wujin beat Wang Chuqin. They met each other yesterday in the quarterfinals here of the World Cup. He got outplayed. Wang Chuqin. Tight. Very tight. I tell you what would be impressive though, if he reels up the next 4 games, Wang Chuqin. But he's still got a lot of work to do.
If he reels up the next 4 games, then he's probably the next greatest player in the world.
That was so close for Malong.
And just showing signs of, you know what, I'm just trying to figure out, now this is the Wang Chuqin we know, the one that attacks, that great swing of the arm, that ability to, that return from Malong. just made it look like it was child's play. But just such a natural return and changing the direction of that gentle spin on it. Oh, that's absolutely perfect play. That's another one out.
4 points.
Regardless of the result of this game, Shaz, I'm just going to say one thing. After watching all these games till the fourth one, if you want a masterclass in table tennis as a sport and what to do and how to use your shot selection, you got to watch Ma Long today. Whatever's happened right through, every bit, every exchange, it's copybook table tennis at its best.
I agree. This is something very, very special today.
Next. 4-8.
It's a bit of an unbelievable scenario, but Wang Chuqin serving to stay in the game.
That's
a perfect return from
the chance was
Wang
there.
Chuqin.
I thought that was a great return. You're right. Fantastic reflexes.
Absolutely massive one from him. And he too, of course, remember the quality of this player. Which is fantastic there. Ma Long did get to it in time, just couldn't direct it back. He's got that lead down to 3 points. And it's mistakes like that.
Well, shake it ahead from Ma Long. 2 valuable points perhaps for Wang Chuqin.
Straight off the side. Well, it's such a strange thing, isn't it? There's nothing you can do about it. What do you do about the net and what do you do about the edge? Those are two of the tricky obstacles, or two of the aids in table tennis.
Oh, it's all going his way. Ma Long. An apology there. Oh no, finally we got one.
An extremely gentle lad, isn't he, Ma Long? Was just doing a bit of reading up on him, a while back, Shez, and I did find out, of course, something that I've ignored for the longest period of time. He's a graduate from the Shanghai Jiaotong University, Yantai College of Economics and Management. And we often neglect this because players sacrifice their education. He has a BSc degree in sport management. And he did a thesis. His thesis was on marketing strategy of Chinese table tennis civil league. Ooh, that's very, very impressive. He's a smart lad. Very unassuming, actually. He's an extremely smart lad. And mind you, he did this when he was already big into his playing days. It's a lovely picture of him dressed in a white shirt with a formal pant, handing his thesis in.
He's 1 point behind.
Wang Chuqin was fighting really hard here. But I think it's going to go this way, Shez. If Ma Long wants to win it, I think he's got to kill it in this particular game. If he's going to give Wang Chuqin a win here, I think this game's going to go on for long. And then the world number one's got a very strong chance of winning it.
Wang Long again. Oh, he's got 2 match points, excuse me. I'm getting too excited here with the numbers.
But I think that exchange is so fantastic when you look at it. Look at the way that he changed the pace, Shez. I think, we all love Ma Long, but there are some times that he's just a cut about every single other player, no matter how much you respect the other lads. And that change of pace during the course of those shots, just a gentle bit, enough to prove to be deceptive for your opponent to then come back with the same return as the previous one, but you knock it out because you've changed the way the ball moves.
And he finishes off. 1 match point for Ma Long. He's up by 3 games. This is comprehensive.
It's crazy, isn't it, that it's at match point. The net not coming the way, and he knows it now. It's very important. Can he hold on, Shez? That's, I think.
Try playing the stop block again, awkward. With that two stops earlier, Wang Chuqin has drawn level at deuce.
Well, he had the lead in this game right through.
He's good. You're right.
Wang Chuqin just catching up. And you kind of wonder, you know, and that's the difference between Ma Long, and I was saying this earlier, Shares players like Fan Zhendong and Liang, you know, or most of the other, you know, top 10 players.
Third match point.
Ma Long plays a very different game. He does not have that ruthless instinct. He is when he plays in his own way, but there's a kind of just a lack of that extreme killer instinct, and it's what makes him so great. It's also respect for your opponent, but I think, you know, the other top 5 players go in very ruthlessly to finish it off, including Wang Chuqin.
He's missed it again, a chance, perhaps. At least to get back on the table.
Even Stevens back again.
Oh, great return. Fantastic from Ma Long.
What do you say to that? Oh, those returns unbelievable, and that too against a very aggressive Wang Chuqin.
How on earth? And even he's got a bit of a right smile and a shake of the head. Wang Chuqin, that's respect.
Because I don't think he ever thought that it was going to come back over, and then he dragged it away from the table. Those returns.
This one here. And he countered beautifully there. It's another match point.
That is just, that's another level.
Can he do it here? Ma Long. He saves yet another one.
That is such a massive shot coming from Wang Chuqin. And Ma Long's reaction to that is, not again. Well, that is, but it's times like this, and I think, you know, this is what happens between table tennis stars. A great shot just deserves to be acknowledged. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not about, you know, whether you lost the point or you might lose the game or the championship or whatever. It's just, it's a great shot.
It's got yet another match point, Ma Long. I think 4 or 5 now. 4, I think.
Oh, that's a trademark shot, isn't it, Chris? This is what Wang Chuqin excels at. It's this particular shot. But you notice he's hit the net a couple of times today. Yesterday, not even once.
Can he convert? He must be thinking, what do I need to do? Ma Long has done it. We have just witnessed something very, very special here. The GOAT has rolled back the clock. And he's not just beaten the world #1. He has thrashed him, Glenn.
In 4 straight games, we just didn't expect this. We would have never thought that this was going to be the case, but what a way. It's been a masterclass, as I said.